Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and it is the time of year when Booktubeathon is nearing and the reading challenges came out I think about a week ago, and I've been planning my TBR until practically today, just thinking about what I can read, and I finally think that I've got a list of 7 books that I will have much fun reading and that aren't too long. I think that the longest they go up to is just over 400 pages. That is still quite a lot to try to get done in 7 days, but without rambling too much, let's just jump straight into the reading challenges and which books I have paired with what. So the first reading challenge is to toss a coin to decide which book you read first, and I know it's meant to decide which book you read first, like out of all the 7, but I've decided to flip a coin to choose one of 2 books to read. So I've got 8 books that I want to read, but there are 2 where I only want to read one or the other because otherwise there's way too many books. The 2 books are Kensuke's Kingdom by Michael McPorger and Always and Forever Lara Jean. I chose this book because it's a children's book, it's very short, so that's a good strategic option. But during my 24-hour readathon, this coming up Saturday, I'm going to be reading the first 2 books in the To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy, kind of in celebration of the film coming out on Netflix, but I won't have time to read the 3rd one, so I'm thinking maybe if I reread this, because I've read the whole trilogy already, but I'm rereading them, and maybe rereading this will also fit with it because I would have just read the previous 2 again, but I only want to read one of them. Kensuke's Kingdom is going to be heads, and Always and Forever Lara Jean is going to be tails. So I've got a little 1p coin here. I'm not very good at flipping stuff, oh my god. Kensuke's Kingdom is heads, Always and Forever, tails. Heads! Kensuke's Kingdom, okay. Goodbye Always and Forever Lara Jean, you're a very good book, but I think it's probably going to work out better considering I've got quite a few long books, and this is only how many pages? Like 160, and look how big the font is, so I will be fine reading this. And considering that was meant to decide my first read, I guess I'll be reading this first. Number 2 is to read a book about something that you want to do. In this situation, I feel like mine's a bit of a stretch. Let me explain it to you. So, Autobiography by Christina Lauren. I won this in a giveaway over Instagram by Remy We Deserve Love. The 2 boys in this have to write books, and when I was younger I wanted to be able to write a book when I'm older, but I've given it a try. It just doesn't really work, not really for me. I don't know if I would be able to sit down and write a whole length book, but I do want to write music, and I think that the fact that it's both like writing and art in a way links them, and I think that counts. So like writing books, writing music, and either way when I was younger I wanted to write a book. Also, it would be really cool to write a book. I don't think I'd be able to, but I think it would be very cool. Number 3 is to read and watch a book to movie adaptation, and for this I've got 2 options. So my first option is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. I read this ages ago. I read this book and the 2nd book, Sea of Monsters. I've seen both films. They don't match the books at all, but I believe that somewhere in my house I have got the DVD to Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, and I would love to read them, and I think that if I get this done in this readathon, then that'll be a good chance to kickstart my rereading and then continuing reading of the series. The only thing is, if I do not manage to find the DVD, I'll probably just read The Hunger Games and watch the film. I'll try my best to find this one, but if worse comes to worse, I've still got The Hunger Games as well. Here it is. Hunger Games, Suzanne Collins, yeah. Number 4 is to read a book with green on the cover, and I am so excited to read this book. It is Orange Volume 1 and it's a manga, and I have never ever read manga before, but I would love to, and I've seen this collection. There are 2 volumes I think in so many bookshops, and every time I pick them up and I want to read them and I've heard good things about them. People say that if you're starting to get into manga, they're a good series to read. I ordered it online because it was cheaper online than in the bookshop as usual. It's coming on Wednesday, so it will be here in time for the readathon, and I'm so excited. But you can see there's a lot of green on the cover, so that's going to be my green on the cover book. Number 5 is a bit of a silly challenge, but I'm so ready for it, and that is to read a book with the same hat on the whole time. Here is my hat that I've chosen. My little bucket hat. I'm ready, and let me just show you another book that I'm going to read. Here we go. The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. Oh, it is quite a lot of pages. Oops. My sister read this book and I was really obsessed with the idea of law, and I was watching Suits basically and my mind was like sucked into the whole world of law. Not anymore, but at the time I was, and my sister was telling me to read this because it's the whole moral dilemma. Let me read a bit of the blurb to you because I think that it sounds really interesting.
Her name was Henrietta Lacks, but scientists know her as Healer. Born a poor black tobacco farmer, her cancer cells, taken without her knowledge, become a multi-million-dollar industry and one of the most important tools in medicine. Yet Henrietta's family did not learn of her immortality until more than 20 years later, and after her death, with devastating consequences. Balancing the beauty and drama of scientific discovery with dark questions about who owns the stuff our bodies are made of, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks is an extraordinary detective story in search of the soul and story of a real woman whose cells live on, today in all 4 corners of the world.
Basically, it's just, if it will save lives, can doctors take her cells without her knowledge, without her permission, to try to find a cure? Or is that just wrong? It's just kind of, it's makes your brain work. I really want to read it, and I've been thinking about reading it for ages, and this is finally my chance to. Especially because I think that medicine can get very interesting. Number 6 is to read a book with a beautiful spine, and for that I have chosen, finally, to read Children of Blood and Bone. The spine is not actually that interesting, but I find it really pretty just because it's got these little red accents here, and then the font is like reflective and silver, and it's just really pretty in my opinion. I think the fact that the cover's beautiful kind of pushed me to like convince me that the spine's really beautiful as well. But even if you yourself don't count this spine as being beautiful, I think that the autobiography spine is gorgeous. So either way, I'm checking off this challenge. I bought this book ages ago and I still haven't read it. I've got to. I bought it when the hype was really big and everyone was reading it, but I wasn't reading, as we all know. I'm finally getting around to it. It is a big book. It's a big boy. How many pages? Oh! It's over 500 pages. Wish me luck. Good thing I'm reading Kensuke's Kingdom, because otherwise I'd be a bit screwed, I think. And the final 7th challenge is, as it is every single year, to read 7 books. The final book that I'm going to read is Desire by Haruki Murakami. My sister bought this book on the Kindle to read while she went interrailing, and it's short. I'm pretty sure it's under 200 pages, and it seems really interesting. There are so many Haruki Murakami books that I want to read so bad. I'm reading one of them during my 24-hour readathon, and then this one in the Booktubeathon, and then when I go on holiday I'm going to try to read as many more as I can. They all sound so good and they all have such high reviews, so worth a shot. And yeah, I guess that is it. Thank you so much for watching. All of my social media will be linked down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and comment down below if you're taking part in Booktubeathon because I would love to find out. Bye!